Oh, I didn't see you guys there. This is my little friend here. Brand new. Little baby. What's up, everyone? I'm Logan with 89 AutoWorks, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about turbine housings for turbos. Obviously, the big thing we're going to be talking about today is on most turbos. A lot of the different turbos that have internal wastegates. The big problem you end up having is you run into big boost creep problems when you're pushing higher pound, or exhaust pressure, boost, all of the above. When you start pushing higher pressure, you run into boost creep problems because of the amount of volume you're trying to push out of the out of your actual wastegate hole in the like bell mouth of the exhaust. So, pretty small hole here to let all your exhaust pressure out of. Especially when you start looking at the way inside of the turbo that it is ground. And this is a lot of the reason why people do porting on turbine housings, is specifically for creating priority to your internal wastegate. So the rocket wagon here is obviously what this turbo is going on. And this car is an internally gated car. So we are going to go ahead and take and spend some time today before we put this on and actually grind out the inside of the housing slightly so that we can have a better chance of having the turbo not have boost creep problems. It's gonna pretty inevitably have some amount of boost creep or another, just kind of what you run into when you get into bigger turbos like this, but that's Dave's department. It's just, boost creep is one of those things that it's always there. It's inevitable at some point. And then, it's basically just how you go about combating that. In this case, and from a tuning perspective, you just kind of make sure that you're not going to lean out in that portion of your map where your boost is creeping. So we're going to go ahead today. I'll throw us on the bench today. I'm going to try to get a light in here and actually give you guys a better view of exactly what we're looking at. Okay guys, sorry about the brightness on screen here, but what we're looking at, this is the bottom side of the compressor housing, turbine housing, sorry. This is the bottom side of it. This is where the wastegate is. Wastegate flips open, for those of you that don't know. There's where your exhaust gas would come out to bypass the turbine. So what we're going to do is, one thing you can do is opening this hole right here up. This is the exhaust hole here. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to record all of this stuff while I'm also holding a light here to show this. So this would be something you could open up slightly to increase the volume that can come out. But another thing you can do inside here is you can see my finger where the wastegate goes in. You can see it's a perfect 90-degree angle, and this is something that Dave had talked to me about a lot before, and you can see that there's some amount of cleaning up done in there, but there's just this really hard 90-degree angle to get it out. So what we're going to do is go in here where my finger is, and we're going to blend that corner down, let's say, 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, and make some sort of priority to the wastegate for the exhaust gas, so that when we are under full boost and the wastegate is functioning as it should, it actually vents some of the pressure coming out of the turbo. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to grab a carbide burr set. I'll open this up a little bit and see what we're looking at for rough, and then we'll grab sandpaper on a flap disc and get in there and flatten everything out, make it nice and smooth like this so the exhaust flows nicely.
Like so? Rack it up, I gotta build up the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lasers talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, ayy, I'm smoking that dope from Edmond. We the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we brethren. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. Fuck with the fam, you a dead man. Jesus peace on my pendant. And we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keeping it real, they commend them. People like get your wife pregnant, but I ain't trying to be dependent. I need money, never ending. I'm talking 100%. I need the owner, you rent it. Whoa, step in the spotty and watch how they panic. Yeah, we the duo, you know we dynamic. When we outside, we be stopping the traffic. Breaking their necks, them they upset. How them boys doing more when they got less? How they on this and how they on that? How they got this and how they got that? Too busy watching us, they need to stop that. Talking my shit, you know we gon' pop that. See it, I like it, yeah, I'm gon' cop that. When we on top, how you on top that? Nah, you ain't got nothing on us. I'm steady calling your bluff. Pass me the split, need me a puff. You don't want smoke, tell them that's tough. Yeah, yeah.
Stole this from my dad. Woo! That thing right there is for the win. Alright guys, so there you go. There's all ported out. You can see down in here, got everything blended so that that wastegate has some priority, and hopefully that should help us with our boost creep problems that Dave will be playing with. Alright guys, so this is going to be the end of this video. Just kind of showing you guys, this is what we got going here. This is a FP Black. This is what will be going in the car, and it's a big son of a bitch. That's what it is. It's got the 3-inch housing on it, and we also have a 10-centimeter housing that's going on for the exhaust housing. So this should be a great setup for sure. Nice big turbo. So this is a FP Blue that we had on the car. And great turbo for stuff that's a lot smaller setup than what we're running. And the big problem here was our cam setup was just too big for this turbo. So this is an 8-centimeter housing. This is, like I said, an 8-centimeter housing, so it does not quite flow enough. So this is a 10-centimeter housing, and I know it's hard to see the difference, you know, the big difference here, but this is a much larger housing than this one is, so this will flow far more exhaust gases, and keep our EGTs lower, keep everything a lot happier is the big goal here. If we're keeping the EGTs lower, it's gonna keep our just everything will be lower on the car. As far as heat goes, we'll see less coolant temperature, we'll see less all of our intake air temperature and everything. The turbo itself will stay cooler, so it should be a great setup for this car with the big 280 cams. The FP Black should be a really good setup, really strong running setup. So that's the big difference here. And then you guys can see here's the difference between the old inlet and then the new one. You can see significantly this, obviously the new one will flow far more air than this one will. So that's definitely nice for sure too. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off here, and this is basically gonna be all I'm doing today. So I just want to cut this video off here